I bought it. I fucking bought it. I bought it. I fucking bought it! Oh, God! Oh, anyway, the only reason... Well, there's several reasons, because number one, it's really fucking funny to me. Oh, I got a text message. To fucking make fun of Greg any chance I get, because he's such a douche fuck. I just totally... he's a douche fuck. Totally just closed out of Kindle. The other reason I'm... Oh, Mrs. Sadie. The only other reason I'm... reason is because my friend Edith wrote a book. I just bought that too on Kindle. So, I implore you to check her book out. She's a great writer. She's super creative and witty, and she's very funny, and I work with her, and she's super cool, and she's a good writer. I'll provide a link. Sorry, I'm getting text messages right now. I might have to, pause this for a second with Mrs. Sadie chilling over here. She's super cool. And this is an example of a good book. Greg's example is a shit book. So let me pause this. Let me finish this little textual message I'm having. It's not bad. I'm just kidding. Hang on. Ow! Fuck! I just slammed my fucking glasses into my fucking head. Oh, no. Okay, any text message I get, I'm not gonna respond to it. Not yet, anyway. Okay. Introduction. Oh, this is called, This Is Why I Hate You. Oh, sorry, text message. I wanted to see what he says. One second. Get to... Alright, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being such a loser face. Alright. Introduction. My name is Arthur Gale. I am a 17-year-old in high school. Oh, Greg. Do you not know anything else? Jesus. I'm starting this journal because I feel like no one knows me for who I am. Oh my god, it's the same shit, repackaged! Ugh! Okay. My father is intentionally oblivious to the things I've been going through. Okay. It is impossible to have a normal human-to-human conversation with him. Not that I'd want to talk to that balding, delusional, self-loathing freak. Okay, we're off to a great start here. I have no one to talk to, no one to hear me, and not automatically say something dreadfully idiotic in response. I see that, his myriad use of, adjectives and descriptors is still here. This reality leaves me with a void in my life. I need to vent to someone, but the problem is I hate most everyone I've ever met. Sure. How do you express yourself to people when you don't feel they're worth the time? You learn. Sociopaths learn how to interact with people. Or high-functioning ones do, I guess. They wouldn't even begin to understand me if I tried. If I tried, okay. If I even began to try and explain what was going on in my mind on a daily basis to the average person, I would be thrown in a padded cell. Oh my god, this is so creepily self-aware. This is so far, it's what people have been saying about Greg for a long time, and now he's just parroting it back. How do you express yourself to people when they're living in an entirely different world than you? They're living a goddamn lie, and they can't help it. Because they barely qualify as self-aware. Oh, I'm so creeped the fuck out already. This book will serve as my friend to talk to, my trash to dump my garbage in, and if anything, this is proof the days I endure even existed. This is my escape from the prison of thoughts that scream to get out of my head on a regular basis. Okay, okay. Stop trying to sound so fucking deep. I would speak my thoughts aloud to others. But I don't want them to give me another reason to hate them more than I already do. I can handle criticism! No, you can't! But stupidity is contagious. I'll have nothing to do with them. With them? Who are you talking about? For the sake of not boring anyone who may read this, you're already doing that. I'm going to do my best to explain the events in my life in a somewhat hybrid format. What? Yeah. I got crap in my eye. This will be half a normal book and half a normal journal. Just laying it all out there, like, I feel like he's trying really hard to, like, grasp the reader right now, but how many people really truly are this misanthropic? Like, there's gotta be people out there that are like that, but I don't know. I realize I'm insignificant. Didn't you just fucking say that? Me acknowledging that is somewhat ironic. Oh, me acknowledging that is somewhat ironic, considering I feel most everyone I encounter is beneath me. This is James 2.0. This is James 2.0. I ask you, knowing my life is so meaningless, what does that make the lives of people who have not once stopped and questioned their existence? Who are these meaningless flesh puppets? These wasted human shells, born like cattle, only to wither like fruit and die as if they never existed to begin with. You didn't need to begin with. That's just so extra. You just don't need it. What is fame other than the recognition of a pointless person by a bunch of other pointless people? We succeed in life. Why? It all ends in death. It's all forgotten. I get the idea that this guy is a total motherfucking misanthrope. I get it. Like, can we move on? The fuck? Sadie. Oh, your massive house. I've got a massive house. Massive house. I'm wearing fucking boxer briefs that I bought at Target for $5. Your massive house, your nice car, your trophy wife, it's all temporary. Once it's gone, you're left with little more than memories. So? So? You enjoy them when they're there, right? Shit. How do we find ourselves willing to continue living considering the true nature of our pathetic existence? Yeesh, kabish. Something I find incredibly laughable. Incredibly laughable, okay. Is we still manage to have a self-esteem. We still feel like our opinions matter, and some are so foolish as to even write down their thoughts like I am now. Why? I am a walking, talking contradiction. I feel like I've called him that. A walking, talking contradiction, like verbatim. I don't really need my glasses, considering, like, I'm close enough to the screen. Damage your eyes if you get too close to it, you know. The real point of me writing this is to keep myself from combusting. If for some reason someone reads this outside myself, maybe they will feel the same as I do. I know. Sorry. Maybe they're also sick of most everyone they've encountered. We are a curse this planet. We are a curse this planet. But fortunately for Earth, our presence here will no doubt be brief. You, reading this now, admit your life is meaningless and admit you don't matter. What the fuck is you commanding me to do shit for you? I'm not gonna do any fucking favors for you. If you have any truth within yourself at all, just admit you can be replaced and the world won't even blink as your body rots. I admit it, Greg. I'm so irreplaceable. I am replaceable. That was my first thought, that I'm irreplaceable. Take an honest look at our species. Admit humanity is a disease to this planet. Admit what Admit what we are and wonder why you even bother trying. Here's a little piece of advice. Don't fucking command your readers to do anything. Like, you read something. Like, this isn't a self-fucking-help manual. What are you commanding your readers to do? Want them to conform to your ways? Your ways are fucking twisted, Greg. Like, evidenced right here. They're twisted as shit. So, I don't have to do anything. You know, you commanding your readers in this respect just makes you look like an arrogant asshole, which is clearly what you are. I confront our fragile and overrated existence every day. Yeah, but you're so insignificant. But you confront it, so obviously you're better than me, who won't admit that I'm meaningless. My whole life is a lie. I'm just gonna die, and that's gonna be it. Oh no, that's like the worst thing ever. I don't know, maybe I'm just more like, hey, life is fucking cool. You gotta live each day. And how I choose to live this moment, 12:30 p.m. on a Friday, is to fucking do this shit. I see people smile and I feel sick. I see people praying in front of my school in the morning and am overwhelmed with disgust. Who prays in front of their school? Just think of the obsession a person must have with their own importance to think the creator of our infinite universe has time to grant their little wishes. Those same wishes are rarely anything bigger than their little superficial lives. I mean, clearly Greg does not want us to like Arthur. Like, clearly, but, you know, like, how are you supposed to identify with him? He's this insignificant character who thinks he's above it all? What? You're pretending you're talking to an all-powerful being, and all you're asking is they allow you to pass your math test or score the winning touchdown? You should be ashamed of yourself. You're not just unforgivably insane for believing some magical being is listening to your every thought. That's not enough stupidity for you. No, you're so dumb you use this imaginary connection to focus on your idiot little life over real issues like world peace, ending hunger, and generally making anything outside your own mundane life better. Okay. I'm done talking for today. You know my name. You know my obvious pessimism and disdain for society. I do. Thank you for reiterating that for me. Most importantly, you know there's a good chance, even if this book is someday published, someday has a space in between it, even if you're its biggest fan, IT''S, it is biggest fan, there are likely hundreds of ways in which I hate you. There's the titular title. Yes. Chapter 1. My house is a 2-story cliché suburban abomination! My room is painted white. God damn it, Greg! God damn it! Like every other room in this entire goddamn country. Okay. My room's fucking purple. It's cute. My father doesn't allow me to tack posters directly to my walls, so my room is lined with massive picture frames containing my morbid and gothic posters within. Morbid and gothic. Can y'all picture that? Morbid and gothic? I was sleeping in my annoyingly well-lit room early in the morning when my father Jerry woke me up to go to school. It was the same old routine. After the usual vegetarian breakfast he forced me to eat, he had nothing but fake meat, fake milk, and vegetables in the fridge at all times. We were off to my school. Alright. Okay. Like, every other sentence is something this guy hates. Is this gonna be the entire book? Because fuck that. Oh, this is just I don't know what he was, I can't even fucking picture what he was after at this point. This is quite bizarre, even for Greg. Jerry drives me on a daily basis. Oh my god, like you just said 2 sentences ago, same old routine. And then you said the usual. We get that it's a daily basis. You don't have to keep saying that kind of stuff. I mean, it may, I feel like maybe when you're writing your first draft, you may have the tendency to repeat yourself or go back. But this is why you copy edit, so you can cut this needless shit out. You don't need to be putting this kind of stuff in there. It's just going to exhaust the reader. Jerry drives me on a daily basis because he insists he loves me, and I quote, no Lindfeld... Oh my god, a fucking... a last name. No Lindfeld family member will ever ride a yellow bus as if he's a hero. If anything, he's a villain constantly subjecting me to his daily 10-minute sermons about how his beliefs in Middle Eastern deities like God and angels will lead to a better life. What? What does that fucking mean? Okay. Sure, Dad. Tell me more about how your love for a made-up super god has brought you so much happiness. Every time you do, I think of all the atheist millionaires who accomplish more for them than your magical, invisible deity will ever do for you. You just said the word deity, like, a paragraph ago. And, like, you know, like, Greg just, like, went to thesaurus.com. And that's it. That's all he's doing. He's just rehashing the same shit over and over again. It's quite irritating. Maybe this is why he wrote it. The reason, this is why I hate you. I hate you to make you read this horrible, horrible shit that I fucking put out to the world. As always, the daily basis, fucking as usual, and the old routine, my God. School started painfully early. We were always on the road before any other cars, so the beginning of every day felt like we were living in a post-apocalyptic world of death and desperation. Because there wasn't a lot of cars on the road. You're in a fucking apocalyptic state of mind. I rarely talk to anyone during my classes, and even less after they're over. After what's over? Oh, after the classes are over. More often than not, I feel like talking to most people is like trying to bond with a child. Greg, you have a child. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Scary. Essentially, no matter what we do, that's basically what a lot of us are. Children surrounded by children. Even most adults are just oversized kids. So frail, terrified, confused, and desperate. Like, okay. Like, I'm sensing, like, you're forgetting that this guy is, like, writing a journal, and he's just kind of forcing his beliefs on you, almost. And I say forcing in the way that the reader doesn't really get a chance to come up for air. It's just oversaturated with just fucking negativity over and over again. Like, my head kind of hurts. It's so negative. Not that I'm, like, letting it affect me or anything, but it's like, mod on, like, get the fuck over it. Where am I? Okay. The nature of our daily behavior is that every little move can make around other people... The nature of our daily behavior is that every little move me make around other people can change someone's life. That change can lead to another change, creating potential to domino. To domino? What? Into larger events until, before you know it, someone's crying or walking into a post office to paint the walls with blood while texturing. While texturing the paint with brain matter? Holy fuck! Wow! Oh, wow, okay. You're just, like, discussing the butterfly effect here, which is just a theory. Humans are horribly sensitive creatures. It is as if our greatest accomplishment in creating a language with distinct and consistent words was giving ourselves another reason to hate each other. Oh, how much more of this bullshit am I gonna have to fucking endure? Jesus, God in heaven, Satan, help me. Think about all the people you think are morons. You, Greg, that's pretty much it. Now think about what percentage of those people you hate because of the things they say alone. Okay, that's exactly my point. What? What was your point? Without verbal language, how do you start a racist, sexist, or homophobic group? How do you organize a war? How do you cause wide-scale suffering if you don't have language like we have? I don't understand how this correlates. Like, you're talking about actions leading to another event. Now you're talking about words leading to events? Where the fuck was I? There's so much hate here, I can't decipher between one sentence and the other. My feet are gross. No, they're not. I'm just kidding. Verbal communication is the key to committing genocide. You want world peace? Stop participating in this pointless social game. Commit yourself to silence. Statistically, you likely have nothing valuable to say anyway. So, like, why do your words get to be so valuable? Like, aren't, like, if all humans are in this big fucking pot of dumb ass all the time, like, why are you so high and mighty? Because you resigned to being a fucking, like, negative, stereotyping piece of shit asshole? Like, that doesn't sound appealing to me at all. Just throwing that out there. A wonderful example of a dreadfully desperate human being. You said dreadfully before, like, get your thesaurus to work, Greg. A wonderfully example of a dreadfully desperate human being would be this kid named Chris in my first period class. Here we go. This dysfunctional failed abortion, my fucking god, is constantly trying to cause trouble with the teacher, other students, and his surroundings in general. I believe you because you said it. He's trying to cause trouble. I totally believe you. His behavior is no doubt a response to his mother never paying attention to him at home, while girls at school treat him like he's a disease with legs and arms and a face. It's people like Chris you could say only a few words to, and his entire life would crumble right before your eyes. This is so haughty. The fact that people give so much power to the made-up words we use on a daily basis would be laughable if it wasn't so tragically and horrifically pitiful. That's how I feel about this book. It would be laughable if it wasn't so tragically and horrifically pitiful. I will say there's only been like a few grammatical errors. He hasn't had any dialogue yet, so I don't know if he can still use quotations and commas correctly. So far, it's okay. I've noticed for some time, Chris has an adorable little neck. I imagine if I wrapped my hands around his throat, using only half my strength, I could very easily snap his neck. I wonder if he'd still find value in his efforts to cause disruptions wherever he went. Well, you can't really do with that much with a fucking broken neck. Or as I slowly broke the bones in his body, would he feel remorse? What? What? Would little Chris finally see what a waste of oxygen he is, and finally do something meaningful with his meaninglessness? Okay. No, he's an idiot and will one day die, comma, an idiot. Okay. Just taking Arthur's word for it, like, yeah, that's the good way to write it. Like, I don't know a thing about Chris. I know nothing about Chris, so how the fuck is this justified? I'm incredibly satisfied with my choice to avoid conversation with others as much as possible. Okay? One primary example of people I rightfully treat like the human abominations they are is this big-breasted ditzy girl named Jessica. Oh no, having big boobs means you're ditzy and means that you need to be killed by Arthur, apparently. Watch out, ladies! We're in for it now. She has the personality and looks of someone destined for the pole. stripper. Stripper poll. POLL is fucking Donald Trump's ratings and fucking shit like that. So what if somebody, like, is a stripper? Like, who gives a shit? They're making money. Who cares? In other words, she's the physical embodiment of what every other generic guy on this planet desires in a woman. Oh, Arthur's not a generic guy. Don't ever forget that, guys. Thing is, the very same people who desire her would never want to have children with her. She could never take care of a baby, not when she herself has the brain of an 11-year-old girl with a hint of princess syndrome. Oh, he defines this for us. Thank you. Princess syndrome. A snotty, self-absorbed female freak who practically craps her own pants every time she sees her reflection. Someone with princess syndrome can be found constantly treating everyone else like they owe her copious amounts of compliments and sincere gratitude for simply being allowed to exist within 50 feet of her. I don't believe this character because he's so outwardly negative that all of a sudden he just starts shitting on all these people and we haven't met them yet. How are we, like, how do you fucking, like, identify with this guy? You don't. Is that the point? I don't think Greg's clever enough. I think he just hopes that somebody will read his psychotic words and find, like, oh yeah, I know people like that. Totally. To summarize, add precious, well-endowed Jessica to the pile of people I classify as wastes of space. The pile of people is just growing exponentially, and it's never going to seemingly stop growing. Amazingly enough, Chris and Jessica were the only two people who actually stood out to me today. Yeah, right. Most of the people in my first class were well-behaved, which was likely due to the fact they remained silent. Fuck you. Wow, fuck you, for real. Today, not a single student expressed an uneducated opinion based on their naturally uneventful and inexperienced lives. Greg! Greg! You are doing exactly what you are fucking berating people for doing. You're expressing uneducated opinions based on your naturally uneventful and inexperienced life. That's what you're doing through this whole book so far. So shut the fuck up. It was refreshing to see and left me plenty of time to focus on our soon-to-be diabetic teacher. A man who clearly wants to be teaching us as much as a pig wants to be locked away in a slaughterhouse. Alright. At lunch... Man. Time skips like crazy. You mentioned the teacher for 2 sentences. And class. What did these kids do that made them stand out to you that day in class? I don't know. They're not doing any. We're not seeing them do anything other than Arthur's words here. Arthur's own fucking thoughts, which have been proven to be kind of fucking insane. Motherfucking insane. So, I'm not on this guy's side at all. I hope nobody is, because this is terrifying. At lunch, I found myself enjoying the usual routine, oh my god, of throwing away my father's vegetarian sack lunch and shelling out quarters I stole from his vacation fund jar to buy the usual ham sandwich. I often ate... oh, hang on. Somebody's at the door. I don't know who that could be. I hope they're not telling me to be quiet. Sadie. I got some clothes, guys. Let's open them now. No. Open them later. Okay, sorry. That scared the shit out of me. I opened the peephole and I just stared at him. I was like, who are you? Because I couldn't see the package in his hand. It was just like a gentle old man. Anyway. I often ate something... I often ate that and something called chocolate nutty bars, which are basically peanut butter smeared on wafers covered in chocolate. So, like like a wafer? Just a like, I didn't know they were called chocolate nutty bars. Those foods are some of the few things I enjoy about life. You could say, wow, author, you make fun of fat people a lot. What about your own health? When have we seen him make fun of fat people a lot? Once, I saw. One time. Actually, I'm in great shape. Go fuck yourself. Until I'm not, I'll keep eating what I like. That's Greg's way of saying, fuck you haters, I'm gonna eat Taco Bell all I want. Now, before I continue, oh, please don't continue, I'd really like to point out how stupid my father is with his diet. Ugh. This is even more painful than Stones to fuck you, Gail. I'm on the topic, and I am livid about it at the moment, so he... Okay. Oh, shit. Dad, Jerry, whatever, you're a moron. On a daily basis, you preach about how your religion, you're better than me. What? On a daily basis, you preach about your religion, you're better than me, for following it. That's how it's written. On a daily basis, you preach about your diet as if it's better than mine. Here's the thing, Dad, comma, you're fat, comma, not me. You're a bloated mess of a human being. You run for miles every other day, and look at you. You're still an obese and grotesque simpleton. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but what? What? How about for me making up for buying this bullshit? Whenever my book's done, you guys buy it. You don't have to, I'm just kidding. If you want to, that would be nice, but I don't know when it's gonna be done, but also buy Edith's book. It's $3 and it seems cute. It seems nice. I want to read it. I don't want to read this. I want to read that. When fat people give me advice on my diet, what am I supposed to do with that? Who the fuck would talk to this asshole? Who would engage him long enough to fucking say more than 3 words to him? You eat nothing but carbs and are obsessed with pastries. Carbs can be good. Like, good carbs are good. You need that for fucking energy. You think it's okay, O-O-K, not O-K-A-Y, he did it again, to have copious amounts of dessert. D-E-S-S-E-R-T is dessert. Have copious amounts of dessert. God. And every meal just because you jog a little? You're twice my age but have the dietary logic of a preteen. Who are you fucking talking to? You're acting like you're going to live longer just because you don't suck on the muffler of a car, and yet here you are sniffing paint. You need to fucking control your thoughts, bro, because they are all the fuck over the place. You got the same result because you traded one poison for another. Obviously your diet isn't working for you, but you still force it on me anyway. Nobody would fucking talk to this jackass. Nobody would. So who is forcing anything on him? We haven't seen anybody do anything besides his dad driving him to school. That's the only thing we've seen. Nothing else. This has just been Greg's blowjobby thoughts at every aspect of fucking life that he doesn't get to experience because he's online playing with his own pee-pee. Have you ever thought about anyone's needs outside your own? Have you, Greg? Then there's your religion, oh my fucking lord, that you also force on me. You do this because, of course, you have custody of me. I guess it's his dad. So why not treat me like I'm your literal property? That's right. Because from a legal standpoint, That's the end of that sentence. That's right, because from a legal standpoint. Period. Okay. I am essentially a slave who has to put up with your hypocrisies and delusions every day till I reach the magical made-up status you people call a legal adult. You put the period outside the quotation, you fucker face. I find it hilarious that you are talking about how great your invisible superhero is when your life is worse off than most the other dads I've met. I don't believe you've met anybody. Your wife, my mom, is dead. You're miserable at your job, are loaded with debt, and the only kid you ever had was a son who hates you because you can't even be honest with him about who you are. You are such an asshole. You're such an asshole. Are we supposed to be rooting for this guy? Because it's goddamn near impossible. I want to read that text message I got. You lie constantly about the things you've done in my past. In my past? Okay. And instead just hide behind the mirage of forgiveness. That's what you do, Greg. You lie about your past all the fucking time. And you hide behind a mirage of forgiveness. And by forgiveness, I mean, I made this up to make myself look better. On top of all this, you have the nerve to treat me like the life you live is superior? Oh my god. Oh my god! The glaring hypocrisies! The glaring hypocrisies. The glaring hypocrisies. I will be shocked to fucking hell if there's a moment of self-realization about how much this guy is being a hypocrite as well. I doubt it. Who knows? Who the fuck knows what's gonna happen here? How damaged are you? I'm done ranting. Let's get back to my day. Oh, let's! I'm so excited! After lunch, I went to my remaining 2 classes and waited for my dad's double-chinned girlfriend to pick me up. As you probably guessed, she too is a vegetarian. Why did you capitalize vegetarian? Noticing a pattern here? Oh, what the hell is this? Oh. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I just read hilarious text messages. I want to respond. I won't. I will. I'm not gonna. Okay. She wasn't disgustingly obese, but her neck was. I call it frog syndrome. The great thing about my dad's girlfriend is that most the time she shuts up. She rarely sends a single word my way, which is refreshing. But you still fucking judge her even though she's like, you know, conforming to your creepy fucking rules. It's as if she knows I'm a human proximity mine and will explode on anyone, ew, gross, who makes a wrong move around me. It could be that or the fact that she knows she is nothing compared to my real mom. Even my dad likely sees her as a second best. What a miserable, self-loathing person she must be. Holy fuck. Once I got home, oh my god, you were gonna tell us all about your day, and then it was just like, I saw my dad's girlfriend coming. Ugh. Once I got home, I walked up to my bedroom, closed the door gently, thanks to former complaints from my father about slamming the door. Yeah, because that's fucking common courtesy, you don't slam doors. And put on my headphones to blast my favorite music. You have a favorite something? No way! Oh my god! That was my day, just a sample of my typical irrelevant first world white boy life. Wow. Okay, that was chapter 1. What have we learned? Arthur's a motherfucking asshole. And I got a text message and I'm gonna reply to you right now. Anyway, yeah, that was chapter 1. It was terrifying. Like fucking weird. I don't know what the point of any of this is, other than to just, you know, just give an example of what like Greg really thinks sometimes. It could be. I don't know though, because he has said from his own mouth, he plays a character. So maybe this is his character just being a dark motherfucking jerk off asshole. I would love to see some dialogue. I'd love to see some examples of these crazy people he keeps talking about, but we're just gonna have to keep going, I guess. I can't believe I fucking bought it. Buy Edith's book. I will put a link in the description. I'm sad that Sadie is deciding to sit in a box rather than hang out with me. I'm obviously the coolest person ever. Alright. Thanks for watching. Take care, bitches.